Whew. Hey friends, how we doing today? So this is a bit late. Let me just close that out. A bit late for our recording session on this, but it is still 5:34. So we still got some time before the 8:20 start time of the Atlanta Falcons and New England Patriots game. So I think, looking at that game, a rematch of a Super Bowl from a couple of years ago, I think the Patriots are going to win. Right, I look at the Falcons this year, and they're a team that has been able to win a decent amount of games despite, how bad they might be. But I just think that the Patriots are playing their best football right now. The meme will always be 28-3 because of the Super Bowl, but Tom Brady's not there anymore. That being said, I think we're going to see the Patriots win this one 32-28, ironically. And I think that's the exact same score that happened in the Super Bowl, if I'm correct on that. Although, no, that might have been like 35 or whatever. But, yeah, it's going to be close, I think. But, yeah, I think the Patriots win, though. Ravens, Bears. Now, Lamar Jackson is sick. Well, whether he'll be sick, I don't think he's going to be sick by Sunday. I think he'll be all right come Sunday. So I think, with that, I think Lamar Jackson starts this game, and because of that, I think the Ravens are going to win. The Ravens coming off an ugly loss to the Dolphins last week. One where they couldn't really do anything on offense specifically. The defense did well for the majority of the game. I think the defense for the Ravens, they had some plays where they did not do too well. There was one, almost touchdown pass that Tua Tagovailoa threw, where the coverage was just completely blown. And, I think that the Ravens, they get their 7th dub on the season. I mean, the Bears, Justin Fields is about to have Tagovailoa, level in terms of competence. Although I give, Justin Fields a little bit more leeway because he's a rookie. So I think Justin Fields' ceiling is probably higher than Tagovailoa's. But I just think the Ravens win this game, I don't know, maybe even something stupid like 17-10. But I could see I don't see the Ravens losing to the Bears. I mean, I said that last week, and look what happened. But yeah, I think the Ravens take that one now. They bounce back. Vikings, Packers, I just gotta go with the Packers on this one. It's funny because the Vikings always play the Packers really tight, but I think that the Packers are going to win this. The Packers and, Aaron Rodgers coming back last week didn't really do too much. But this week, I think he's going to do some stuff. I could see, Green Bay scoring at least 3 touchdowns in that one. The Vikings are similar to the Falcons in that they will get you sometimes, right? They have the capacity to beat you. But, usually they're going to be the team that's getting beat. And I think, in terms of the Packers, I think, personally, they're just the better team. Now, I could see this being 28-24 Packers winning. I think it's going to be close. The Vikings always playing close games, so there's that. Colts versus the Bills. I could see the Colts giving the Bills some trouble, but I don't see them beating the Bills. I think the Bills win this one in a close game. I'll say 27-24. Just because I don't see, I don't see the Colts losing this game easily, but I just don't think that the the Bills are bad enough to lose to the Colts. That's a tough game for the Colts, and I think it's a good game for the Bills. Again, I could see it being close, but I think it ultimately goes to the Bills, especially at home. Lions and Browns. So the Lions, they finally broke their losing streak by getting a tie against the Steelers last week. That being said, the Browns are a better team than Pittsburgh, I think. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and say that the Browns win this game. Now, if there is any time for an upset, right, this would be it. This is as, close to a trap game as this gets for the Browns. You're up against an 0-8-1 team. A team still without no wins. Right? A team with no wins. A team that could easily beat you if you let them. But I still think the Browns win. I'm going to give them the edge 13-10. I don't think it's going to be high scoring at all. Washington versus Carolina. You got to take what happened, with the Cardinals last week with a grain of salt, I think, because they had a lot of injuries. Right, so, the Cardinals, they've had a lot of injuries, over the last few weeks. And the Panthers got Cam Newton back. But I don't know what the Panthers want to do about that. I have no idea. I think, Washington won against the Buccaneers last week, but we've seen Tyler Heineke just play as good against the Buccaneers defense. Every game that he's played, he's 1-1 against them, and I feel like Heineke is just, for some reason, better against that team than he is against, literally any other team he plays against. Tyler Heineke is better against Tampa Bay. But I think, I think the Panthers are going to win this one. I think the Panthers win this one somehow. I'm not entirely sure how, but I think they do. I'm going to go 23-20 on that one. I think the Panthers get the dub, though. Texans, Titans, they got to go with the Titans. The Titans are playing probably the best football out of any team in the NFL right now. And that's, without Derrick Henry, so congratulations to the Titans for that. I think the Titans go ahead and win this one 24-13. I don't really see it being a high-scoring game. Divisional games so maybe closer than a lot of people might think, but yeah, we'll see. I think the Titans get the dub, though. Jags versus the 49ers. Okay, so the Niners have been just, they've been up and down. They've been a roller coaster this season. The Jaguars have 2 wins this season, which makes them currently the third worst team in the NFL. So, the Jags, they're not doing too hot in terms of record, but I think everybody knew they wouldn't be doing too hot. And one of their wins was a game where they scored 9 points. So, the margin of victory for them this year has been slim when they do win. I could see this being a tight game, though. I could see it. I think the Niners barely eke out a win here, even maybe something like 17-16. I think the Niners barely eke out a win, though. Jets, Dolphins. Both teams, the Dolphins got a surprise win against the Ravens last week. But the Jets, they had a horrible game last week. Mike White, I don't know what happened. But he did not play good last week. So, we've seen Mike White turn on the Jets. We've seen Mike White turn on the Jets. But, we also seen him have a bad game. So, I guess it depends on what Mike White decides to show up. Exactly. Whether it's the Mike White that throws for 3 touchdowns, or the Mike White that throws for 3 interceptions. Honestly, I think the Dolphins get the dub here. They feel more consistent to me. It would be their second win in a row if they do get it. I could see it being like 24-17. Dolphins, Saints, Eagles. For some reason, I'm feeling the Eagles on this one. I don't even know why. Again, the Eagles are kind of like the Vikings or the Colts or even the Falcons. Like they're in a bunch of teams that's like you could really see it going either way for them on any given week. I mean, I feel like Jalen Hurts always gives the Eagles a chance to win. Like, he's a good quarterback, but the Eagles just have so many issues that it's hard to say that they're going to win. But I think they're going to win this one. I could see it being like 24-21 Eagles. The Bengals and the Raiders. Again, 2 teams, this is a big game for both teams, by the way, because I think both teams are going to be potential, like, fringe playoff teams, right? Like, maybe one of them gets the 7th seed, and I think this is a game potentially for the 7th seed in the AFC, right? This is a big game for both teams, so this is going to be an interesting game for sure. Based on how both teams are playing currently, I mean, with the bye week, though, I don't know. I'm probably going to pick the Raiders just because they're at home. Right. I think they win 28-24, but it's going to be close. I think the Raiders get the dub. And, I've been picking the Bengals a lot in games like this, but I've been right a lot of the time, too, by the way. I just figure, the Bengals are looking more like the Bungles over the last few weeks. Ever since that Ravens win, it's been all downhill from there. It's like they used all their good plays against the Ravens, and then they were like, no more. Cowboys, Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I feel like this year, the Chiefs are just not what they used to be, but I mean, I already know that, Dallas is going to at least score 40 points on the Chiefs' defense. That defense is still horrendous. No matter what anybody said, like, it's gotten a little bit better, but, it's still pretty bad. Yeah. I just don't see the Chiefs winning. I think it's going to be like 42-35. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a fun game to watch. It's happening on 4 o'clock. If I get a chance to watch it, I'm going to watch it. But, man, is it going to be a tough one for, for both teams. But realistically, I think, the Cowboys will come out on top. Cardinals versus the Seahawks. That's a tough one. Is Kyler Murray starting? I don't even know. Alright, let's find out. This could be the battle of the backups. Pretty close to returning. Yeah, but it doesn't say he's returned yet, so I'm thinking that Kyler Murray is going to be sitting out. Is Russ playing? This is like Russell Wilson. Whatever. Seahawks should target these. Whatever. That isn't. Oh my god. Whatever. I don't know, it doesn't say too much about it. It's like, I'm just going to assume that Russ is not starting and then Kyler is not starting, and it's a battle of the backups. If I had to pick a backup here, I would probably pick Colt McCoy over Geno Smith. So Then I think the Cardinals overall, if you're talking about a battle of the backups, they're a better team overall. So yeah, I think it could even be 17-10 or something low scoring like that. But both those teams are decimated. The Steelers and the Chargers. I think we've seen a lot about the Steelers this year. We've really seen like what they really are. I think Ben Roethlisberger I think should be back by now because he was on the COVID list last week. So Roethlisberger is back. Regardless of that, they were the only team to not beat the not Dolphins. The only team to not win against the Lions this year. So I gotta go with the Chargers, especially at home. Justin Herbert is going to hang up some points there. I don't even think that defense has TJ Watt right now. So, at a certain point, if you're the Steelers, you got to realize you're going to be out of options pretty soon. I think that the Chargers take this one. Piece of cake, by the way. 35-17. I think they stomp all over the Steelers. Giants, Buccaneers. Bro, the Buccaneers better win this game, I swear, man. They've been looking bad the last few weeks. Danny Dimes, he's going to make it tough on them. He's going to make it tough. But I think the Buccaneers do win. I think it's going to be 24-17. I don't think it's going to be easy for the Buccaneers to win, but I think they get it done, though. So that's about it. I think we're pretty much done now. I think the best games this week are the Cowboys and Chiefs. Probably, honestly, like that game, the Bengals-Raiders game. The Buccaneers and Giants game actually has a chance to be pretty good. And I think the Saints-Eagles game and Colts and Bills game. I'm a Ravens fan, but I'll tell you the Ravens-Bears game is probably going to end up being a snooze fest. I'll be watching with intensity, though, because I'm a Ravens fan, but it's probably not going to be that good. Alright, that's enough of that. See you next time.